What is up, YouTube people? Eric here with Team Badman, welcoming you guys to a very, very special YouTube video, especially for us here at Team Badman, because if you go look over in our About section on our YouTube channel, and you check that the little date down there, there's a little date that says channel started or something like that, but it has been 1 year, 1 full year, since Team Badman actually started as a channel, as a media presence, as whatever you want to call it. And you know, I've just got so much here that I want to talk about, so much that I want to go over, and it's gonna be a little bit long-winded of a video, more than likely. It's just gonna be me, kind of talking off the top of my head, rambling about some stuff, and I'm gonna have lots of thank yous and whatnot, all of that stuff. So you guys are completely free to go back to whatever you guys were doing. Go ahead, click out of the tab, minimize the video, whatever you guys want to do, because what's on the screen isn't necessarily going to be what matters so much as what I'm going to be saying. And first off, before I say anything else, I just want to say a thank you, a major, major heartfelt thank you from me and all of us here at Team Badman to all of you guys, the viewers, the subscribers, anyone who's viewed our content, checked out what we do, all of that. Without you guys, without any of this, we wouldn't be doing this, and I certainly wouldn't be working anywhere near as hard as I am to keep delivering content to you guys and to keep involved in the community if it weren't for all of you guys. So from the absolute deepest part of my heart, a thank you to every single one of you. This is a really, really big deal to me, and something I wanted to do for a really long time was, I wanted to start a YouTube channel. I wanted to do something that people would watch and people would enjoy, and I think all of us have a little bit of that we just kind of want to get ourselves out there and show the world what we can do. And being able to do this quite as much as I do and get all the enjoyment that I do is a really, really big deal. I didn't know where we were going to go when we started Team Badman. It was kind of an off discussion that we sort of did. So it's a little bit of backstory for Team Badman. We all got together at what was the release event for the movie collection, which was last July, and we were just talking about the whole idea, just kind of chilling around, tossing some ideas about, and it's like, you know what? Why haven't we done this yet? Why haven't we just sat around and, set a camera over the table and played some matches? Or why haven't we just, talked to the camera or something like that? Because, at the time there were a few guys who were doing it on YouTube, but there weren't a huge amount of people. Random Number Gaming was doing it, and Manabeast was doing it, and you had the UFC Wildcat, and all of those guys are still around. But it was something that I realized that not a lot of people had really dipped into, especially in the community, with all of the resources that we've gotten, all of the extremely talented players and people that we've got available. So we'd say, you know what, we're not the best. We're certainly not the greatest. The one thing we really have going for us is that we host Gen Con, which is pretty cool in my book, but we just decided we were going to do it and see how it turned out. If it didn't turn out so well, whatever. It's totally cool. It turned out great, then cool. We'll see from there. And, it's gotten a lot bigger and a lot more exciting than I ever could have expected. As a bit of a disclaimer for you guys, this video is being recorded in advance. It is Friday night, about 7:30 or so, because I'm leaving tomorrow morning, and I'm driving out to New York to go hang out with Mr. Waffles for a week, and a bunch of buddies out there. There's a ton going on. I can't really disclose too much, but Mr. Waffles and I are working on a really, really big project. It's not directly DBZ related, but it's something that we're both going to push on our respective channels. So you guys are going to hear more about that in the very, very near future. But, it's amazing to me just how far we've gotten. The last time I checked, just a little bit ago, we've broken over 400 YouTube subscribers in the span of less than a year. And, for some channels, that's not a big deal. Some channels do that in, maybe a day or a week or whatever it might be. but especially when it comes from people who are as close-knit of a community as us Dragon Ball Z players are, that's absolutely huge. It means you guys, actually taking a chance in us, and you've been, actually interested in our content. You guys have, watched it, and you guys have been really interested in it. And, I can't say thank you enough for all of that. I'm just going to say thank you a lot in this video, because that's essentially what this is. It's a huge thank you to all of you guys for doing what you do and helping us promote this as far as we have. At the same time as there's all of you viewers, all of you guys who've come up to us at events you've seen us at regionals, whenever we've made it out to go hang out with you guys at shops or whatever, or when we're on Twitch and when we're on Facebook and all that. All of you guys, you're an absolutely huge deal to us, and we love interacting with you guys. You guys make it just so much better for us, and I can't even explain what it means to me. And along with that, there are so many just great people, so many, other YouTubers that we have met because of it, and so many people that we've interacted with. So, a huge thank you to them as well. Top of the list, without any doubt in my mind, is Mr. Waffles. I have, a huge shout out to you, man. You've, we got a hold of one another for the side project that we're doing over Facebook and whatnot, because he was asking about something separate, and the interaction that we have had when it's come to doing these videos and bouncing ideas off of one another and saying yeah, that would work, or what about this idea, or do you think this would work? It seems like a very kind of generic sort of thing that I'm portraying here, just very vague terms. But the ideas that we have come up with for one another, and the cross promotion that we are trying to do is, it's a really big deal, and I love having that as part of the community, being able to cross these different ideas and make them into something really cool. It's nice having other YouTubers who share the same kind of ideas that you do, and Mr. Waffles definitely does that. So I owe an absolutely huge thank you to you for all the support that you've given, all the help that you've just everything that you've done. I certainly can't say enough. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart and all of our hearts here. You guys are you're just absolutely fantastic. Next on the list, I have to go down and I have to give to one of my state neighbors, UFC Wildcat, Ryan Lambden. Basically, you're kind of the idea that I know that Team Badman was based off of when we started creating a channel, when it was about this idea of getting the ideas of the cards out there, and the deck ideas, and playing matches, and becoming kind of this recognizable character in the community. It all stems off the UFC Wildcat, who's the first real YouTuber that we kind of got to know here at Team Badman, and it was just really kind of cool seeing how openly friendly that Ryan is to everybody, and how everyone seems to know him, and how at the same time he's a super talented player, and he's got all these great ideas, and he may not put out content anywhere near as much as some of the others, some of the rest of us do. Sorry about that, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't have stuff going on, that there aren't ideas and there aren't discussions that we don't have. So that's it's really cool to just interact with guys who are not only these bigger figures in the community and that everyone knows and respects, but that they're super chill in a real life scenario. Because there's always this thing where you're always worried, I think, if you meet a celebrity or big figure, you're like, oh, what if they're a dick? What if they're just, not who they appear to be behind the camera, they're just putting on a facade? The one thing I can definitely say about Ryan is that, at face value, he is he's the exact same as you see behind the camera, that you see at the events, and that's exactly what you want to see out of a YouTube figure. So, you're a huge influence on us, and I don't think that you realize that quite as much as you do. So, once again, a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart for being, the influence to us that you absolutely are. And lastly, in regards to the YouTubers, and not to say that there aren't other YouTubers, a big deal, but of course, no list of YouTubers is complete without Random Number Gaming. You know, Didier is a great guy. You know, he's an absolute blast to hang around. You know, he and I have probably had the most, you know, actual kind of card game related interaction, and even otherwise with all of our Twitch streaming that we do, compared to just about any other YouTuber out there. And being able to, you know, have not only one, but, you know, two separate YouTubers who are part of this, you know, kind of side group of the community who are doing, you know, the streaming thing on our own time, and who are, you know, just trying to get extra content out there in real time for other people. You know, he's part of the reason that we really started doing the whole Twitch thing in the first place. And, you know, we definitely do play the Twitch matches with one another, and we do the Overwatch thing, we do all of this. But he's also kind of where I got the idea of stretching out away from the card game, because, you know, he really helped me realize that while the card game is a great means of getting viewers in, you know, it's also not going to reach out to a wider audience of people who may not be into the card game, but who may be into the anime, or maybe into the video games, or maybe into the social aspect of everything, you know, figures and collecting things like that. And he's kind of where I got the idea to start doing Team Badman plays, and start doing the Twitch stuff, and just so much. So, you know, he's the first one that I think any of us actually wound up meeting in the first place, courtesy of North Kai last year, when he and Alex had a match. I'm not sure if that's up on YouTube. It might be. I don't know if he recorded it. I don't know. I might just be crazy. But it's you know, it's been a really, really big deal getting to interact with a guy like Didier, who's, you know, super chill. He's always really fun to hang around with. So, you know, once again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, Didier, for doing, you know, what you do, not only for the community, but what you've done for us here at Team Badman. It's, you know, without all of you guys, we really wouldn't be who we are and where we are. And, you know, it may have only been 1 year. I think we made it way farther than I ever expected to in the span of a year. And, you know, I'm just hoping that we can keep this kind of momentum going, you know, just build it up and make it into something bigger than any of us have ever expected. You know, I could ramble on all day with thank yous, and we wouldn't be here without yous and all of this, but, you know, it's enough of that. I'm not going to bore you guys with all of that. Though, of course, there are shout-outs that I really want to give out to, you know, some of you fantastic guys in the community. Jason Toro, Jason, you are, you know, absolutely fantastic. You know, King Judge over there, absolutely hilarious. And, you know, it's nice to know, along with a bunch of the other guys I'm going to mention, there's also, you know, kind of a wrestling community here, so I can do, you know, some of those really, really obscure references and whatnot. And even the ones that aren't necessarily obscure and whatnot. New Day! And whatnot. So, you know, it's really easy for me to just, you know, kind of connect with people on a personal level because of that. And it's not always straight business about the card game. So, you know, that's always hilarious. I'm, you know, super excited for you to come down for Gen Con, and it's going to be an absolute blast. Just card game communities everywhere. The Cincinnati crew, all of you guys are fantastic. You know, geez, all of you guys out in Ohio, let's be honest, wouldn't have met, you know, Cody Miller, Tony Murray, Ryan Lambden, Nate Peters, wouldn't have met any of you guys without that. The Kentucky crew, Shannondale Harvey, Michael Showalter, Matt Stevens, all of you guys are just absolutely hilarious, and some absolute favorite guys I met. The Chicago crowd, you guys are phenomenal. You know, Tony Ortiz, Arvel Rowe, Rudy Garina, you guys, all of you guys. You know, I have just so many names I can mention. I can't even think of them off the top of my head. But, you know, that's how you know that, you know, there's something more than just sitting in front of a camera and, you know, talking at it as if someone was actually there. It's, you know, it's about growing the community and growing those connections. And I, for one, can say I am extremely, extremely proud to be a part of this community. So, you know, that's a huge deal to me. But enough about, you know, all of that. So, along with that, I'm going to fill you in with our plans for the next year, just to let you guys know what's going on. Like I said, as you guys are watching this video, I am currently out in New York with Mr. Waffles, and I'm shooting a bunch of videos there. You know, we're going to be doing some table talks, we're going to be doing a bunch of match stuff, we're going to have some ideas, I'm going to try and get some interviews out there because New York has some fantastic players and some great guys out there. And one that is actually really big and is really kind of outside the scope of the community is up there this YouTuber that I am an absolutely huge fan of, who goes by the name of Shady Penguin. If you guys haven't seen him, be sure to go check him out. He is he's a Poketuber, so to speak, so you know most of his stuff is centered around Pokemon, and he's an absolutely fantastic guy. But one of the aims is going to be to you know, try and get him here on the channel, you know, spread out beyond just our little community and get out with some of the other YouTubers, you know, maybe kind of do some cross-promotion stuff there. So we're going to see about that, but it's something that I'm really crossing my fingers for, something that I'm, you know, super hopeful and excited about. But, you know, it's just going to be really about growing the brand as we are as a whole and stretching out just beyond the scope of the card game. And that's not to say that there isn't going to be other card game stuff that we do. You know, we're still going to do the quick looks whenever new MPs and new masteries come out. We're going to do, you know, bad builds. We're going to have the deck ideas. We're finally going to start getting matches up. I have been really lax about that, and I'm super sorry for you guys. We've got very little content regarding the Perfection set, which is something that I really overlooked and that I ended up bumming myself out about by the end of it, so I'm really sorry about that. But we've got a bunch of stuff that's going to be coming up for Vengeance. We've got some new match record. I've got a bunch of decks built that I'm really excited to get out there and for you guys to see. And of course, if you guys have any ideas, always, you know, feel free to hit me up. You guys can find me in Retro, you can find me on Facebook, you guys can message us here, however you guys want to do it. But you know, you can always contact us about them. We would love to hear the ideas you have so that, you know, we can get that stuff out there to you guys. Because, of course, it's always going to be people-centered. It's always going to be focused towards you, the viewer, and that's really what we want to make it. Along with that, there's going to be, you know, a bunch of new content that's coming, especially in regards to, you know, stretching outside of it. In the latter part of this year, we've got some video games that I really want to get out there on the channel. Xenoverse 2 is going to be coming out in a few months here, and I'm going to try and get some of that going. You know, get a full Let's Play series of that. Pokemon Sun and Moon is going to be coming out in October or November, whenever that is. And I've already got a plan in mind that we are going to do what's called a Soul Link Nuzlocke run of it, which is going to be really ambitious considering the game just came out. But for those of you guys who know, a Nuzlocke run is basically a kind of a hardcore run of Pokemon. Whenever a Pokemon faints, is considered dead. You can only catch the first Pokemon you find in an area. But the challenge with it is I'm going to be playing it with someone else. I haven't decided yet, but one's going to be playing Sun, one's going to be playing Moon. And everything we catch is going to be like linked to one another depending on where we catch it. And if one of ours faints, the other one technically faints. So it adds a whole new level of depth to it. And something I'm really excited to do. It's, you know, something that I hope will really go over well, and I really hope you guys enjoy it as well. It's, you know, we're just gonna try and really build this up here, try and get those interactions and those connections out there, and you know, really build Badman into something, you know, something recognizable. This is something I'm very proud of. Something that has exceeded all of my wildest dreams, and something I'm going to continue to run and continue to fight for, and I hope it's something that you guys continue tuning into and enjoying. So, you know, that's basically all that I had to say for this. You know, it might have been a lot, and if it came across long-winded, I'm really sorry, but, you know, making it a year is a really big milestone for a YouTube community, because I've seen a lot just fall off from then, and you know, making it this far and still having the motivation to do it is an absolutely huge deal. So like I said, we've got over 400 subscribers here on YouTube, and we've got, you know, of course, our other social media avenues. We've got over 200 likes on Facebook. We're coming close to 100 subscribers on Twitch and whatnot. And, you know, I really want to push that, so I'm going to try and up the ante here. And something I've wanted to do for a long time is a giveaway on the channel, and that's exactly what I'm going to do here. You know, the next big milestone I think we're going to end up hitting is the big 500 in regards to subscribers, and that's the plan. I wanted to get there before the 1 year anniversary, but you know, it's a little bit harder than that to try and build those subscribers, especially within the community when everyone already knows you. But you know, the next stretch is to get to that 500, and as an extra incentive, especially for the card game community, once we hit 500 subscribers, completely random, I'm going to pick one of our subscribers, someone who's been, you know, watching the videos, who's been following and whatnot, and I've been really weighing on what I want to do, and you know, what I've decided on is, you know, I'm going to give away a card, and it's, you know, not just going to be any card. I'm really weighing on it, but in regards to subscribers, once we hit 500, completely scot-free, no questions asked, one player is going to be getting a completely free copy of Vengeance Ultra Rare Unleashed, which is, you know, it's a kind of a big deal in the community. Players want them a lot, and I know some of you guys do. So whoever gets chosen, you know, that's going to be completely sent to you, totally free. You know, it's just kind of our way of saying, you know, thank you directly to the fans, to all of you guys. And, you know, that's not the only place I want to limit it to as well. We're going to be trying to do a social media push on Facebook and on Twitch and on Twitter and whatnot. And whenever we reach a milestone on those, I'm going to be doing more giveaways as well. And they may not necessarily be card game related. They might be, you know, for Twitch, it might be a video game or video game console or something like that. In regards to Twitter, you know, it might be something different. We might give away like you know, a set of acrylic Dragon Balls, or we might give away you know, a really cool model figure or something like that. I haven't figured that out, but for now, it's, you know, we're very focused on that YouTube community, and 500 subscribers, one of you guys is going to walk away with a brand new mint copy of Unleashed. So if you guys haven't already subscribed, please be sure to do that. Push this along to your friends, push this along to anyone who you think would be interested in the channel. We would love to build that up, and it's a little bit of an incentive for you guys as well, so I'm really hoping that you guys will kind of follow along with that. But once again, thank you guys so much for all that you do. You guys are fantastic. I wouldn't be doing this without you. I absolutely love you guys. Y'all are amazing. You guys who come up during the events, you guys who, you know, comment with us, come hang out with us on Twitch, you know, message us directly on Facebook. All of you guys are amazing, and I can't thank you enough. Here's to 1 year of Team Badman. Here's to many more. So thank you guys so much for everything. And like always, stay bad. See you guys in the next video. It's gonna be a good year. Got a really good feeling about it.